Hello and welcome to another weekly perfume adventures. I had to think what I was doing for a minute there. I think we're up to number 5. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I need to check. I don't exactly remember, and I could be losing count too because, menopause brain. But yes, so I had an idea. I was chatting with some ladies in a perfume group, and there was a lot of talk about Kayali, and last week I wore one of my Kayalis, which was the vanilla sugared patchouli royale something. It was a very long name, which I did enjoy, by the way. More on that later. But Kayali is a very hyped brand, and I have to hand it to Mona Katan, marketing genius. So her perfumes have gone viral. They are hyped. People are crazy about it. She recently released rock sugar vanilla candy or something, and people have gone nuts about it. They've pre-ordered, they bought it as fast as they could, and people are buying backup bottles, and like, dude, chill. It's a permanent release perfume, and if they run out of stock, they'll probably make more, and at some point somebody's gonna dupe it. So there you go. But that said, their wedding silk Santal, I will talk about that soon, actually, in another video, because that's been out of stock forever, and that was only supposed to be a limited edition. So there's that. Okay, so anyway, this week, because of that conversation, I thought, hey, I've got a bunch of Kayali. I'll do a Kayali week, and specifically this week I want to do my Oudgasm collection of the Kayali. I've got all of them. I don't have all of them in a full size because that would have been expensive. And I was fortunate in that I know someone who was sent a PR package, and he had sprayed it, enjoyed it, did his thing with it, and then didn't want it anymore, and he put it up for sale, and I got it for a really, really good price. And I also got the Bakor, the limited edition Bakor burner, which you cannot get here in Australia, with the Rose Oud Gasm Oud chips, with the Bakor wood chips, which is just so good. I love them. I have, I should probably at some point make a video about the Bakor, because I'm so in love with Bakor. I don't like incense, and but I love the Bakor. So there you go. So anyway, they only have 4. I only have 4. They recently released a new one, but these are all my Kayali Oudgasm perfumes. And so there is the Tobacco Oud. I've got this one, came in the large size. So the set that he had, which I bought from him, had 4 of the large, one of the full size, which is the 50 ml, and then 3 of the small sizes. So this is the Tobacco Oud, and that's the bottle, which is gorgeous. Fingerprints though, man. And I do love that they put the notes on the back of it. So this is mandarin, white honey, geranium, vanilla, tobacco, and oud. It's a very approachable tobacco oud because it's got the sweetness from the vanilla, honey, and geranium, and then it's got the freshness from the mandarin. So it's not that heavy Middle Eastern tobacco oud, but it is very nice. And I have to admit, yeah, I'd forgotten how nice this is. A lot of people complain that the Kayali fragrances don't last very long, but I say this all the time. I don't need my perfumes to last a very long time. But in general, oud tends to last a little bit longer because it's oud. But with the Kayali, I find that there's something in their formulation, and it's similar with like Tom Ford, where a lot of perfumes are so strong, and the way they're formulated, I cannot overspray, and I can't do more than like 1 or 2 or 3 sprays of them. With the Kayali, I can actually spray more and overspray a little bit. And for me, overspraying is like 6 or 8 sprays as opposed to 2 to 4 sprays. I can do that without an issue. So that's the Tobacco Oudgasm, which I really like. And then I've got a little one of the Vanilla Oud. The Vanilla Oud, I think was one of the more popular ones. How cute is this little bottle? Isn't it just absolutely adorable? And the notes, oh, it's not on the back of it because it's on the back of the box because the bottle's too small. And it's vanilla, sugar, praline, saffron, white musk, oat moss, and oud. This is a very soft oud, and it's soft, it's vanilla, and it's oud. So if you imagine like a very, very soft vanilla with a hint of oud. That's what it is. And it's very pretty. You can smell the vanilla in it. So that is very pretty. And it's got the sweetness from the praline in the formulation as well. And Cafe Oud. My 2 favorites are Cafe Oud, which I might at some point get a larger bottle of this, and the Tobacco Oud. And again, cute tiny little bottle. And this one has the notes on the back of it as well, which is cappuccino, geranium, rose damascena, white musk, vanilla, and oud. I'm running out of space to spritz them. And yes, this is very pretty. I definitely smell the coffee, which is what I like. And oh man, coffee and oud. There's a little bit of the rose coming through, but it's not very, very rose heavy. It's predominantly coffee and oud. So I do like this as well. So my top 2 favorites are the Tobacco and the Cafe Oudgasm Ouds. And then my least favorite is the Rose Oud, because anybody who knows me or who's listened to me long enough will know that I'm not crazy about rose scents, which is weird because I used to love it, but it's just not for me anymore. But strangely, I love it in a room scent. So I have them in my diffusers in my bathroom, in the bathrooms around the house, but I just cannot do them as a perfume. I actually recently sold a perfume which was very heavy rose, just because I knew I was never going to wear it, and I have to admit I kind of hated it. So again, cute bottle, but it's got the pink instead of the gold color. So lemon, geranium, Bulgarian rose, vanilla, Madagascar, cashmere, wood, and oud. Okay. This is very rose heavy. And you can really, really smell the rose. It's a lot of rose. I don't hate it. I think because it's got the oud in it, which balances it out. But this is the scent that the Bakor wood chips came in, the Bakor burner. And that smells amazing. And I love it as a house room scent. And when I burn that Bakor, oh, the house just smells insanely good, and I love it. So I just don't like wearing it on me, so that's kind of it. And because I don't have the latest smoky oudgasm, or smoky oud, smoke oud, something like that, I think it's only just come out, and I just haven't gotten around to picking it up. I will at some point. I'm kind of at that point in my life where if it's permanent and I don't need it right away, and you know, it's just like perfume. I've got so many perfumes. I can wait to wear another perfume. I will wait to get it, and you know, maybe I'll find it on the gray market or in the used groups at some point when it's a little bit more affordable, when somebody's like bought a bottle and decided they didn't like it, or You know, I'll wait till the Huda Beauty website has a sale, or I'll wait till Sephora has a sale and I can get it for anywhere between 20 to 30% off. That's kind of what I do with the very expensive perfumes. So I'll probably do that at some point. But since I do 5 a week and I don't have the smoky oud and I wanted to keep it within the Kayali, I'm going to do the wedding velvet Santal as opposed to the silk Santal, which I do actually have, and it's stunning. But this is also very, very beautiful. It says intense. I never noticed that. And this is a matte black bottle. Isn't that gorgeous? That is really beautiful. Fortunately, for it being a matte black bottle, it's not too fingerprinty. And those are the notes, which I will read out. Jasmine petals, tea leaves, white musk, cedar wood, benzoin, and sandalwood. Interestingly enough, there are a lot of things that I find I now enjoy a lot more than I didn't used to in my younger days. So I think my scent taste has changed. You know, it's like I used to love rose. I don't love it as much anymore to wear on myself. I've discovered recently that I really like patchouli in perfumes. I still love jasmine. I've always loved jasmine. I still love jasmine. And sandalwood is another one. You know, the woody scents. I'm liking a lot more woody scents. So, yeah. Yeah, this is really pretty. It's very elegant. It's more a unisex leaning masculine fragrance because obviously she created this for her husband to wear for their wedding. And it is lovely. I need to wear it a bit more to kind of figure it out and sort of be able to talk about how it makes me feel and what it reminds me of, and if it evokes any sensory imagery for me, because I like to talk about how a perfume affects me sensorially and not just the notes, you know. So we shall see. The one thing I don't like though about this packaging is the velvet, which I understand is part of the whole velvet thing, but it gets very dusty. So that's for the coming week, and I think I'm really going to enjoy the week. So last week I did sort of more gourmand and cozy and sorry, train of thought went off the rails. Yeah, so last week I did more cozy gourmand. This is a recap of last week, so if you're done with like this week, you can click out here. But if you get to this point, leave a rose emoji. There you go. Anyway, so I did the Kayali Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli. Beautiful. I really enjoyed this. I said before it was a spicy vanilla, and the spicy vanilla combined with the patchouli and the oud and the brown sugar. I really do like brown sugar as a sweet note, much more than caramel. Yes, very much enjoyed this. It was wonderful. Tom Ford Soleil de Feu. I wore it on the weekend too, because the week was sort of a bit chopped up. I was a bit busy and, you know, stuff happened. And there was one day where I didn't wear perfume or I forgot to wear perfume. Don't remember exactly what it was. But the Tom Ford Soleil de Feu, which is part of the Soleil line, but completely different from Soleil Blanc. Beautiful. And I said it was spicy and woody when we talked about it, but more sort of just from remembering how it smelled and the fact that it had de feu in the name, which meant fire. But I had the wherewithal to actually pull this one up this time so you can have a look at it. And It basically says amber, which I love, woody, which I love, warm, spicy, which I love, tuberose. I don't smell a lot of it, but it was enough to give it a little bit of softness. Powdery, fortunately not very powdery and not very strong, because I'm not crazy about really powdery scents. The white floral I like, the animalic I like, and the balsamic I like. So overall, this scent was just very warm, spicy, a little bit sweet, with a hint of floral going through it just to balance it out a little bit. But yes, really, really enjoyed it. Really loved that warm, spicy. And as you can see, I've kind of got a vibe going at the moment, right? With all the warm, spicy. And also it's because it's getting cooler. Today it's 17, which, oh, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit for you Americans out there. But it's cooler. So, I don't know. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. I'm guessing in the maybe 60s, 60s, high 50s. I'm not sure. Maybe 60s. I don't know. Anyway, so it's cooler. So today is is 17. You know, I'm wearing more of a slightly heavier knit dress. That's kind of the vibe we're starting to go for. It's colder in the evenings. It drops to like 7 or 8 or 9 at night. You know, you really feel the chill. So that's kind of like the perfect kind of perfume for this kind of weather. I wore Vanilla Milk. I really enjoyed Vanilla Milk. It's weirdly, when I looked up the notes, it said there was no booze in it, but I get very bourbon-y vibes from it, and I love it because it smells boozy to me. And Vanilla Milk, I don't smell the vanilla, I don't smell the milk. I smell spicy, boozy, but different kind of booze compared to the Ellis Brooklyn Bee kind of booze, which is predominantly rum. And I really enjoyed this. And then something I haven't worn in a really long time, and I wore the heck out of a long time ago, was the Floral Street Ylang Ylang Espresso. And the reason this doesn't have a box is because their box, the packaging, is obnoxiously large, like large, and it just took up too much room. So this is one of the few instances where I got rid of the box. Maybe I'll make a box for it myself, because I do like protecting my perfumes in boxes to give them that extra level of darkness and not having any light get into it, even though my perfumes are stored on a shelf in a dark room. That's cool, but you know, tangent, which is me. And anyway, so the last one is the Paris Corner Taskine Caramel Cascade. I was going to wear it and do a comparison with my decant of Giardini di Toscano's Bianco Latte, which I did. There's a video coming of that one. It was rambly and odd, which is kind of just me, because, you know, I don't really plan these and I don't take a lot of time to write notes and things like that. But anyway, that's the bottle. I wore it. Okay, I wore it. It was all right. And I had hubby wear it as well one night when I spritzed him to compare the scents. And yes, so I have thoughts. You'll have to wait for the video. Oof, I'm so mean, aren't I? Spoiler, it wasn't my favorite of the week. Do I have a favorite of the week? I think the favorite of the week, it's hard to pick because I really enjoyed all 4 of the other ones for various different reasons. But do I have to pick one? I'm not going to pick one. I'm terrible at picking favorites. Although when we had puppies, before we had to put them up for adoption because we were moving countries, which absolutely broke my heart, I did have a favorite puppy, and that was terrible because hubby would say, you're a very bad puppy mama because you have a favorite. And I did. I had a favorite. So yes, that is it for the week. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for hanging with me. If you've come to the end of it, leave a coffee emoji. So rose emoji if you got to the end of the weekly new stuff, and a coffee emoji if you got here. And I will talk to you next time. Do all the things, the liking, the commenting, the subscribing. It really does help me. And I have to admit, even though I'm a teeny tiny channel, and I'm not really doing any of this for, you know, fame or fortune or becoming an influencer, because I have a job. And I do this for fun, and I mostly do it for me, and I do it for my friends and my family, who are mostly just who are really the only people who watch this. Shout out to Echo. I love you. Thank you. You are a wonderful, wonderful friend and a great supporter. Thank you for all the comments and all the craziness. No pants today. This one's for you. I'm wearing a dress, so technically I don't need pants. And you know, for my mom, I make skincare videos for my mom and for my sister and for a few friends. So yes, there you go. Right. I think I should stop now. I have to go cook lunch. We're having risotto today. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.